That particular morning, I was actually in quarters. I worked the late shift that day.
I was in junior high. I remember every classroom turning the TV on.
I had just come into my office. You know, in retrospect, I think the plane must have hit while I was downstairs getting my coffee.
Those of us who experienced 9/11 from a distance, we got the television version.
My firehouse lost 6 guys that we never found even a piece of their equipment.
The whole world came together for us and all those poor people.
The one thing that sticks in my head right after it was leaving Manhattan, driving up the West Side Highway, and watching the people on the side of the road with the signs supporting us.
I don't think there's many guys at all that kind of walked out of this without any either breathing issues or something going on.
He was like one of the first guys to probably get really sick. We're going to 9/11 funerals, no joke, every couple weeks.
The firehouse at the time was in the middle of a call. It was a very, very bad car accident. My understanding is that they commandeered a city bus. They took that city bus to the foot of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Going down there, concerns were made that day. You know, too much smoke can be toxic. Well, it wasn't just smoke. There was bone particles from people, chemicals and concrete, steel sediments were in his physical lungs.
What they were told versus what they knew are kind of two different things. Christy Todd Whitman, Mayor Giuliani, and all the other public officials were very happy to tell everyone that the air was clear, everything was safe. I think that if you spent even a half a minute down there, you knew that there's no way that what was down there was anything other than toxic.
A friend of mine mentioned the firefighters that were being lost to cancer due to 9/11 exposure at Ground Zero. I started looking into it, and I called Jen, and I explained. I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is the kind of story I want to tell. And I spent about 10 minutes on the phone with Jen. And I thought then, well, I guess I have to tell this story.
Hey, Benny Blanco from the Bronx. What are you doing over there?
Finding a date.
What? On the computer?
Yeah, it's the 20th century. That's how we do it now. You ain't got to leave the firehouse.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's a woman?
No.
Go back. Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're wasting your time.
I'm gonna get us a pair of twins.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Kaz is playing Johnny Mac. Cowboy playing Benny. We're gonna have a lot of fun together. As serious as this film is going to be, get ready to crack up and just shake your head at like 2 guys just acting like idiots.
John and Jen were quite a pair. I don't think I know of a story where 2 people met their match more perfectly. They were both stubborn in their own ways, strong, but loved the hell out of each other. And they would give each other shit. They would tease each other. They were best friends. They were crazy about each other. And sometimes they had to fight it out because they were so solid in who they were as individuals, which I think is what made it beautiful when they came together, when they did meet in their 30s. It's like the timing was exactly right.
It's fine. Listen.
Yes, I know how to garden.
I was at the firehouse. I was reading Better Gardens and Homes. And
Better
they said
Homes and
everything,
Gardens, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I said. Everything you're doing over here
You're
is
not even
wrong.
saying it
especially,
right.
You're not
No,
even
I
wearing
made all
gloves to
the-
protect the
Oh, it's
beautiful
not
ring
gonna
that
be
I got
hurt.
you.
Look
What are you
at, they're
doing?
so
Listen,
beautiful.
June from down the street
It's
over
not
there by
so
the
hard.
railroad is
like
gonna
I'm
come out.
growing a
She's
little
gonna start
baby,
to...
so it's not that big of a deal.
What?
I know how to grow things like I'm growing a little human, maybe.
What did you say? Are you pregnant? You're pregnant?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what are you doing, guys? What's wrong?
It's hard to put into words what it means because there's a lot that goes into it. In ways, it is a big screw you because people did mess up. And he got sick because of those big mess ups. He deserves people to know his name.
Like he was 2, he doesn't know. I have a 3-year-old at home and I couldn't imagine losing my son. Heart-touching story of a guy that selflessly went down into 9/11 and gave when he didn't have to, and kept going back and digging through the rubble and being there to just find his fallen brothers, and he paid the ultimate cost. And it sounds corny. It's kind of renewed my hope in humanity that there are people out here that are doing something that really matters. We have a ton of awesome tiers and rewards.
Tickets to the premiere, getting your product featured in the film, shirts, hockey jerseys, signed posters, scripts. There's even a reward where you have a speaking role in the film.
We're gonna make this movie whatever it takes, but when studios get involved, inherently they always have a say. They're gonna change John McNamara's to Steve. Be like, why?
Well, according to our analytics, Steve is a more popular name.
This is John's story, but this is also about every first responder that was affected by 9/11 related cancer.
We have to do this project, and I don't think any Hollywood studio, CGI, is going to do that.
Some stories just have to be told, and this is one of them.
If you want to get involved,
Or your friends or family or your firehouse want to get involved.
pick a reward.
Every dollar will help this movie get made.
Big or small, doesn't matter.
There is no such thing as too small of a contribution.
Let's make the best firefighter movie possible.
Let's make this movie.
Thanks so much.